And we welcome you back. That's Lenore K. Sullivan Drive. Looking very nice this morning. A crisp, cool 22 degrees. Kind of day you want to stay inside and read a good comic book.
I'm here to tell you how bad comic books are for you. I never thought they were bad myself until my friend Rick Todd told me how bad they were.
Well, I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Hey!
And how right he was.
No, I was wrong, you dope.
Yeah, he was wrong. Those old comic books, once thought useless, a waste of time, today they're very collectible. Maybe because Mom and Dad threw them out, making them, the ones that at least remain, more valuable. And that's where John Chafee comes in. He's the king of comics and collecting them since he was a kid, and now he wants the ones that survived, possibly in your attic. Good morning, John, and Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year, John.
How did you get started collecting comics?
I actually started when I was about 10 years old. I started collecting comics, and I got into coins at about the same time.
Yeah, and you've got some examples here?
I sure do. What
are these things worth? First of all, tell us what you have.
Okay, this is a Superman comic book from 1952. This was the first time that Superman and Batman exchanged their secret identities, so this makes this a very valuable comic. Another very valuable Superman comic recently sold for $1.5 million.
Say that again?
$1.5 million.
For one comic book?
For one comic book.
Oh, what about this Erie?
This Erie, this is an example of the comics that were pretty much banned by the Supreme Court in the 1950s because of the horror and the bloodshed. They said it was bad for kids to be reading.
It was corrupting young minds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now a comic book like this is worth about $200–300.
Okay. Now, what's interesting, and I didn't realize this till you told me this story, there was a connection to comic books in the St. Louis area, specifically Sparta, Illinois.
That's correct. During the 1904 World's Fair, the company that did the advertising, you know,
all the printing for the World's
paper, became World Color Press, which went to Sparta, Illinois, and they were there for years publishing these comic books.
And they were the ones who created the color funnies in the Sunday paper. Then when you get your funny papers, and they were the first to colorize it. And then what they'd do is they'd start putting these into books in the 1930s.
Exactly.
And that was the beginning of comic books.
The first Buck Rogers comics were actually just the Sunday funnies that were put into comic book form.
Yeah, it was the creation of the
St. I own them all.
Yeah, that's why he's very wealthy. A creation of the St. Louis Star newspaper, which is no longer with us. So you've got an event coming up. You want to go down to Sparta. You think a lot of these comics, the original ones, are hiding.
I know for a fact that a majority of the people that work for World Color Press took these comics home. I've gone to people's houses and bought van loads. So I know there's a lot of comics in this area, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity because I'm bringing in the top buyers of comics and also, at the same time, gold, silver, coins, okay? And we're going to have them at one place, January 25th, in Sparta, Illinois, at the VFW. And it starts at 10, goes to 3. And this is going to be a great opportunity because these aren't people who are going to try to chisel you. They're going to pay you top dollar.
This is fair market value.
Exactly. They're going to pay you because these items are already sold before we even buy them.
So in these tough times, I mean, this might be a way for you to maybe make some money. And I just went through Margie's jewelry case. I got all this gold. My goodness, Margie, you like jewelry.
Yes.
So you'll be buying up gold.
Absolutely. At the last show in Collinsville that we did, a guy brought in a stack of pennies, wheat pennies. Bob Novak paid $100 for one penny. Another guy brought in a stack of comic books. He was expecting $20. We gave him $250.
All right, I'm still looking for a 1909
SVDV. Great way to pay off those credit card debts.
John, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
All right. He's the king of comics. All right,
See you in Sparta.
Give me my jewelry back, John.